Most brokers give new agents the exact same startup advice. Call your sphere, send out mailers, door knock, or the worst yet, farm your neighborhood. It's been the same old school advice that hasn't changed in 30 years. The real issue with these methods is that you're shouting into a void. You're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You're spending all of your energy just trying to identify who is even interested. But what I'm about to walk you through is different. You can actually start interacting with high intent leads without having to cold call, door knock, or the worst of all, beg your friends and family, which, let's be honest, super awkward. And I'm going to show you exactly step by step on how to do this and how buyers are already searching. And I'm going to show you exactly where buyers are already searching. I'm Jonas. I'm a coach and real estate agent here at Guerilla Realty. And I've actually helped thousands of agents implement this exact system that I'm about to share with you. This isn't theory. It's a proven system to build a predictable pipeline. We actually have a full deep dive webinar on this strategy where we share the back end, the tools, and everything that you need to get this implemented. Just to give you some context, we had one agent implement the system at the beginning of March, so about a month ago, and they're on pace to close 6 deals. That's how powerful the system is if implemented right and implemented consistently. Most agents get stuck because they don't know what to post, or they might not have any listings to advertise to generate these leads. The good thing is you don't need your own listing. You can actually start with a simple strategy. And the first place that we recommend is either HUD.gov or just start with your local broker. If you are a certified HUD agent, then you can, without asking, get those listings off of the site and start advertising them where I'm about to show you. And then, of course, you can always borrow listings. And don't think of it as asking for a favor. You are becoming a distributor, and you're essentially becoming the connector between a property and an interested buyer. So just for the purpose of this video, I'm going to show you exactly what this would look like if I didn't have a license, or if I wasn't licensed yet, rather, and I don't have MLS access. So I'm just going to use one of the portals. You can use whatever you prefer. This works for Realtor.com, for Zillow, which is the site that I'm on, or you can go to homes.com. The purpose is to find a property. I'm going to show you what criteria I'm going to use here in a second, and then just find the agent's phone number so that you can reach out to them and ask for the permission to use their listing to advertise. So just for the sake of this example here, these were some searches here. Let's just go in here. This was actually somebody that I worked with here just a couple of days ago on finding some listings. So this is not a huge area here, but what I'm mainly looking for here is good images of the outside of the property and not of the front, because this is what is not going to stand out. It's not going to do a good job at attracting attention. What we want is scroll stopping images. So I'm just going to go through here, and you can make out by just looking at the front here. So let's just take this one here as an example. And so I would just open up the listing. Again, I'm not prepping this. It's just me going through this with you live here. And so as I see this property, I'm going to click for more photos. And I want to identify if the property has good outside images. And I'm looking specifically for outside images that face away from the property, ideally overlooking the backyard. And so I'm just going to scroll through here to see if I can find some. But I'm pretty confident that this property will have a good outside area. They're usually all the way on the bottom here. Let's scroll. Yep. So I would probably use this image right here, or better yet, one of these images right here. Why am I using these images? When you use images like this, the potential buyer or the person that's interested in looking at these properties, they make an emotional connection by looking at this image because they think about entertaining friends and family in the backyard, sitting in those chairs, swimming in the pool, you name it. And so what I want to do now is just go back to the listing here, then scroll down, and we're just going to find the listing agent's information. So you can see it right here. Usually the phone number is included here, which actually might be this one right here. But even if not, I have enough information here to take this over here to Google and then find their agent profile to give them a call. And the conversation is going to be very simple. But if you don't know what to say, in the webinar that we teach, we actually give you the exact script on what you need to say to borrow these listings from other agents. It's very simple. And the success rate with this is very high because we pretty much just ask them for the permission to advertise, and most of them will say yes if you use the script that we provide you with. And so you might be asking yourself, why Facebook Marketplace? Why not just run Facebook paid ads? Why go through all of this to get these ads over to Marketplace? And there's a really good reason for this. What we are doing is intention versus interruption marketing. So people do not go to Facebook to search for properties. They do go to Facebook Marketplace to search for properties, and they have to specifically go to the real estate section and type in homes for sale. And because their search is based on the radius that they live in, it will automatically show them these types of properties. When they do this, the intent of that person is much higher than someone that would be scrolling through social media and just seeing a property, liking the looks of that property, and then maybe opting in through either a lead form or maybe something else where you collect the email and phone number, which, by the way, this is exactly what our website does. But we place these ads on Facebook Marketplace because it's free and because there's much higher intent. So once your ad is live, you will likely start getting Facebook Messenger requests that will come through Marketplace. You can get the exact response here at callster.io. It's completely free, but I've also pulled it up in a separate tab for you right here. So it's really important to know that within your description, the link is not clickable. So they can't really, or the leads that reach out to you, the people, they can't really go directly to the website without having to copy and paste. But they don't do this anyway. Most of them will send you messages because that is just the way that Facebook Marketplace is set up. And it's important that when you respond, that you do have a system that captures a lead. If you do this manually, you're going to have a hard time getting phone numbers, names, and email addresses. Again, this is where this tool that I just showed you a minute ago, Pipeline Pro Tools, comes in because our single property websites fulfill this exact purpose. So they build a opt-in form, or we have an opt-in form built in that will ask them for the name, the phone number, and email before they can see the property. And then we just attach this message here to it and respond to their message. So just to recap, stop waiting for your broker to hand you leads. Borrow the inventory that is already out there and post it where the attention already is. Then use a systemized reply to move them off the app and continue the conversation. The difference between an agent who struggles and the one who doesn't isn't their ad budget. It's their willingness to go where the friction is low and the intent is high because they already know where the buyers are. If you're tired of the wait and see approach and you want to start conversations with qualified leads today, we can help you skip the guesswork. Sign up for the free webinar where we walk you through the exact step-by-step process on how to find these properties, where to post them, what to say in the response, and then also what to say during our follow-up. The link is below in the description. Thank you for watching. And if you enjoyed this video, do me a favor and hit the like button. And then if you have any questions about what I just walked you through, go ahead and leave a comment in the comment section